Um, pressing enter and it's not working. So that's a problem. Remedy. Northlight Technology. So fast. I think the game is broken. Should have tested it before. God damn it. Quit Steam and reopen the game. Cool, that sounds fine to me. Exit Steam. I hear Spamman works. So we'll try. It works, it works. Whoa, 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 whoa. No spoilers.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
That's a good ass question.
Hello? Anyone here?
Correspondence. Federal Bureau of Control reminder: certain objects not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated issue reminder on prohibited items. Weapons, pagers, laptops, watches, phones, gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2 pencils. What? Iconic representations of archetypal concept. Rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. If you see any lobby personnel in breach, please notify supervisor. Okay. Anything here?
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Staffing, surveillance, data center initiative construction. Office equipment generator costs, mold removal, HQ liability clause. Okay, we got a doctor. Our bureau at work? Who is this? The director. Zachariah Tretch. In the bathroom? Nothing.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
A shark in his, although secure, permission to following basic protocol, shoot to kill. Good luck. Is that music on? Who the fuck is singing? I'm gonna turn motion blur off. I should kill in my eyes. To like 90. It's like 4. Hello, as you shall know by now, the R4 reports are due at end of week. We are still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form R4E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt for filing an R4, then you'll need permission to get a written permission form. The department. R4s are mandatory? Okay. Who is making this noise?
Hello?
Oh, there's a dude over there. Check over here. Nothing. Hey, dude.
Hey, excuse me.
Hey.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant.
I'm not here for about no job.
You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you are no helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about
What
it.
the fuck?
No face.
Did
But
you just read
that
my mind?
said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
True. I agree with Dick. Seek shelter. What's in this little janitor's closet? Nothing. I can't go inside.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Could help.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Internal lockdown in effect. Multiple containment breaches detected. Head of research override. Reminder: RE drafting any public-facing material while pending any notifications of death related to the Willow AWE. Please adhere to the following guidelines. Words, phrase to use in the service of his or her country. Regret, proud, pride will be remembered. Words to avoid: Alaska, scissors, blood, bleed, loss, apologies, sorry. What? Oh my god. Barbara, I'm not to be disturbed. Cancel all appointments for the day for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. What the hell?
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
Really?
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
Shit. Ooh, a gun.
The same gun. Okay, now I have a gun.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Are they shooting now?
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
I don't know. Damn, what is this light source coming from?
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You. Oh, thank you. That was horror.
No way.
Get the fuck away!
I still don't got that. Keep father.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
is this? What is this? Agenda items for next executive meeting. Rising cost. Response. Update efforts. Salary review. Okay. What is our gun? The object's form is variable. Found by individuals seeking the role of. The object will determine whether. Okay. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. Discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as director's office. Okay. Oh, look. I'm in a photo now.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
Okay. This dude is in the air. Undefined room. No, the clearance level. That's open. There's a shelter here. Undefined reading. Marshall, we checked up on the suspected AWE in Doof. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this. Malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. Pretty sick of duds. Need to rotate the field agents. We're route to Serum Ranch, next one on the list. Okay. Dinner reservations at 7 p.m. Wife will meet you there, don't be late. Just turning 46.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Let's start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of effort in strengthening government regulations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all accesses of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York or just visiting? How'd you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and they need to leave. If their answer seems escorted to a private room, they are performed the Gunnar's psychological assessment. If their responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet. Then immediately. There's no such thing as too suspicious. Examinations of perinatal topics. Urban legends. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dedicate the characteristics of altered world events. Urban legends are understood as modern evolution of John's archetypes. We recognize certain, informed by our own, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially in popular culture using television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Appears scissors that consume human through two punctures under. These details living in the minds of so many has been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are preternatural realities waiting to happen. 44 and 49369 42 for full report. Oh my god.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it. Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
That works? Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The Hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah.
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the Hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the Hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the Hiss out.
Control points are locations that Bureau defined being vital junctions of the old house. When appropriate, harmonization devices are ranged control point. Surrounding area will not experience any building shifts. 37-foot radius. Researchers attempted to define control points. Okay. This technology could be exploited to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be.
It didn't work. The Hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
His agents has manifested in human hosts in numerous ways. Most common and least intense form is seen in many corrupted agents floating throughout the Bureau. Case agents maintained human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. Most notable distinction is that they levitate. No aggressive behavior, interested in vocalizing the strange infinitum. Like spores or Wi-Fi boosters. Cocoons, preparing to enter the next stage of evolution. When attacked, they disappear, or invisibility, or transformation in a purely resonant form. Research is ongoing.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it. Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hedron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the Director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the Hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the Director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the Hiss destroy it all.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks, Emily. There it is again. Our welcome message.
Oh shit. Week 83 report. Visited the following Nevada accommodations: Desert Sun Inn, Hotel, Lodge. Expenditures $831. 830. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state. But hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Raleigh and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road. Agent Allhands. The boys in research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. Event summary. An additional event occurred in the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the major of diplomatic staff stationed there. Deaths were reported. Ongoing information has been managed. Event response. Bureau agents arrived at embassy same day. Were too late to witness the AWE. Intense vibrations and noise. Intense pressure in airs. Lasted 4 minutes. No visual phenomenon was witnessed. Scene was cordoned off as embassy staff transported to continental U.S. After Formula I-9 was sighted in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate, identifying as the altered item. The item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. Please beware. Due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this air stability has been downgraded to yellow. Green is stable, yellow low possibility of building shifts, orange high likelihood of building shifts, red frequent building shifts. Machine God. I had a dream and I built this thing I saw in my dream. A machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the ones anyone knows. A new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils from my toaster, and the fans, plus the timing belt from my car's engine and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a dream. This is just a beginner's body. Like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the downlink plate on God. Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never come to my house. I got a problem, and you gotta send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of those singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got a devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs. Says lots of cuss words. The devil got in my house 'cause of the fish, and you gotta come handle it. My wife's real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. Greeting, Director Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search any connections or related topics found around the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. The letters came to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is the perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system that allows us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. Pete Bartwell.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Oh Book Club Notes for Penny by L. Sampson. So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title, Unless You, could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. His death doesn't feel necessary at all. Damn.
An object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Oh shit.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director. There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss. Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Reinformation campaign summary of Willow Avenue. National News has begun publishing story of polar bear attack on Alaskan town. Y'all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public way much less likely to. So another AWE behind us and the public is none the wiser. Well done everyone, it was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring and for any off-message options, but it looks like we're in the clear. Tamasi out.
This must open the door.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan, tells his story. Quincy. Thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's SuspiciaCon. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room.
There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
Nope.
They can fly now. Great. I have a feeling he'll be back. Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
You're not there. Any documents? Hey Malcolm, yes, tea time is at 7. I'll see you at course on Sunday morning. By the way, have you heard about this tension report? Apparently, there's a bunch of copies drifting around the office. Trench is looking to get his hands on any information about who wrote it. You wouldn't happen to have heard anything about that, would you? See you Sunday, Jen. Okay. It's a lot of bodies.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but you can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Alberto Tomasi, head of comms. The hiss got him.
Yeah. Bruti. Event summary. A spate of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Bruti, where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Event response. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at, which has been connected to a total of disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching the closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. She disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the old house days later, found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord in Bruti home closet disappeared during this incident.
The hotline can't be far now.
Bruti. According to their testimony, the agent has been transported from the Bruti home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino, and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the homeowners and other locales of Bruti have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Bruti home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, light cords have been found in the oldest house, located in and sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel. So how exactly this link operates is, but initial hypothesis center on the Bruti AWE as a, see Dr. Darling presentation for more details. Hotline security log. All visitors must check in. Director, custodian, director, custodian.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream Logic.
Stand here.
The light switch cord. Door marked with the black pyramid.
Whoa. Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream. Hello? Anyone here?
222. This room's door's open. There's nothing inside. Okay. It's locked. Another door open. No, we've been there already.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
Is that me? One more. What the hell is that?
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily. People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
To all executive staff, I know there's some concern regarding our operations exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the old house, we are obscured from scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be guaranteed by the US Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. The eyes will skip over us as we're not even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us to certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Regards, Director. Hotline. Object should be inaccessible for use except to the Director. Object is a 1960s era red Bakelite telephone. The rotary dial had been replaced with a black knob of unknown purpose. The phone weighs. The object allows the Director to communicate with the. If used by anyone other than the Director, the object will cause lethal. The object is currently bound to a Director trench. Background. The object spontaneously manifested in the Director's office, placed on the desk. Director Northmore was the first known Bureau agent to use it. A battery of tests were run on the object, including and, but its origin remains unknown. HISS demolition experts. Highly trained individuals handle volatile material and weaponry. HISS elevated. Displays abilities similar to telekinetic competencies. Some levitating while some strapped in chairs. Like a result, individuals being corrupted while undergoing cognitive recording in parapsychology. HISS Ranger. Well-trained, well-armed, expeditionary forces. Trained to use a variety of weapons. Face any threat. The body's gone. Dear Mr. and Mr. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son, Garen Potts, was killed in active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in the service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nation against her enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message brings you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country he loved so much. His effects will be returned to you with all speed. Sincerely yours, Deputy Chief of Communications. Supernatural topics. Objects of power and their power utility. Objects of power are unique in their capacity to grant certain individual supernatural abilities. We call those individuals para-Alterians. The potency of these abilities depends on the Palatarian. Using the object of power as an example, some Palatarians can achieve a throwing distance of, while others are only capable of little as. What exactly determines an individual's pure natural competence is unknown, but it's largely believed that some exist in the body and that, like all muscles, can be exercised. To continue my analysis, I have officially requested access to Northmore records, considering he is the most accomplished para-Alterians the Bureau has ever seen. Dr. Darling is still considering this request. Collective unconscious. Collective unconscious is defined as a form of the unconscious that is shared in all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge, linking us through our ancestral heritage. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images, shared by a massive population, is in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of exuded is attached to the best representation of that image. Imbuing a single object with massive amounts of, theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by a simple power of sustained collective belief. Technological limitations of the Otis House. The Otis House imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The Otis House does not allow devices that receive or emit any signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signal in the Otis House, and even those are often reliable. If the power of the collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in their culture for the Otis House to them. Similarly, these items have not been known to becoming receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast pace for the to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Agents have been injured by cell phones exploding their pockets while entering the Otis House. Listen, I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nicer workplace, shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least figure out where it went.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry, you made it. I'm glad.
Emily? Let's talk.
Of course.
Analysis Hit Threat Part 1. Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts. Most notably, the Hiss is able to invade or corrupt control points, altered items, and even humans, changing their behavior. The only known exception is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast to that of the other Hiss that I have dismissed the theory. My final observation comes from Miss Faden herself. She is able to cleanse material and organisms of the Hiss corruption. We tested its ability on a Hiss corrupted entity, but unfortunately, the process seems to kill the host. Perhaps the host's physiology becomes reliant on the Hiss. More work to be done. Refer to file for full report.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown. Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the Hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself. Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it
Where?
coming from?
I hear that. Bro is just a janitor.
Singing.
The hiss.
Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
They're saying Trench was shot dead. The situation's getting worse.
I saw Trench and Darling arguing a couple weeks ago. Trench was furious. You don't think Darling...
Don't be stupid. What would the Bureau's golden child have to gain from killing the boss?
Launch basic enemies. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get more energy. Ooh. Kill enemies without dying. Kill his guards. Using grip, kill enemies with headshots. Civilian tactical response. Is for a dive suit. Urban response.
They say the new director can watch objects.
Let's talk to you.
Find anything interesting? Hi, Jesse.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I'd need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it. Thanks. So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
They say the new director can launch objects up to 20.
Time to work. Meet me in the maintenance.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face. The maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti. It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
Unless you reviewed by C.P. Lopez, these days most YA novels intertwine their coming-of-age story, with either a contra-dystopian setting or tragic romance. I give this book a 3 out of 5. I feel most of the teenager ages is a little lost on me, but I recommend it to my brother's kids.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there? What's down that way? Oh, this place makes me nauseous. An object of power. How do you think it got down here? A carousel horse. Why is kid stuff always so creepy? Let's see the Hiss keep up with me now.
Stepping to the FBC, there's lots to do, there's lots to read, but you don't touch and don't scream much. Let's join the Treasure Kids. Let's join the Treasure Kids.
Hey, man! What are you trying? I'm trying a toy!
I'm trying to...
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ahti here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ahti. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, yes. Easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
Yaha, you think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Mä kyllä sanon perkele suoraan, että this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this. Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the thread before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all. You'll take care of it and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back. That's great. Thank you, Ahti.
Yep. Burn the trash. Throw it in the fire. Burn it all. Burn it into a reindeer, not into a moose. Pensioner. Yes. Nordmoor is the director. Starting to climb on the walls in his bachelor pad. It's time for a coffee break, son. Coffee. They don't appreciate good music. And that's the reason they can go as far as Pepe Krause. They don't appreciate good music. And that's the reason they can go as far as Pepe Krause. They don't appreciate good music. And that's the reason they can go as far as Pepe Krause. appreciate good music. And that's the reason they can go as far as Pepe Grosso. They don't appreciate good music. And that's the reason they can go as far as Pepe Grosso. They don't appreciate good music. And that's the reason they can go as far as Pepe Grosso.
Like, freaking. Merry-go-round horse. Objects should be kept in a confined space when unbound. A fiberglass horse once used as a seat for a merry-go-round ride. The pole is still connected to the object. The object is capable of moving short distances at high speeds. This can be quite dangerous when its path. The object is currently bound by... The object was discovered at the site of an abandoned amusement park. Local reported that the rides would move on their own and that they would be chased out. When these rumors reached the borough, agents were dispatched to investigate. 3 locals were found dead at the scene. The object attacked agent by... Agents invoked Formula C5 to... The object want enough to...
Okay, so what happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on.
An object of power escaped the Prenocton a couple weeks ago, and they want everyone to keep an eye for it. If anyone sees a merry-go-round horse zipping around the sector, alert me immediately. Do not try to contain it on your own, and definitely don't bind it to yourself.
Hey, are you new? Go talk with Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
Reach, FBC Security. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing? Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Oh, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Try to stay alive.
Blockages? When the converters and coolant pumps are working again, we should be able to get this baby back down to a safe temperature. I hope.
What do you know about the hiss?
Not much, only what I've seen. Well, they use the same tactics that Marshall and Salvador taught us, which makes me think that the hiss haven't completely erased the people inside, which is a pretty fucking horrible thought. Or they're just using whatever they find in their victims' heads. In any case, they are really eager to get inside the power plant.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, I don't know. They want to make my life harder?
What do you do here, Arish?
Security chief of the maintenance sector. I make sure all the weird shit down here doesn't bother the maintenance crews. Learned everything I know from Salvador. The best security agent this bureau has ever seen.
And you like your job?
I love it. You know, everyone thinks that maintenance is the lowest rung on the ladder just because we fix pipes instead of writing memos, but I gotta be honest. These are the bravest people in the goddamn building. I'm proud to work with them.
I've done a few odd jobs with these kind of folks. They say what they mean. I like that.
What exactly is the power plant?
Listen, I only know what Salvador told me, but I know it generates all the electricity for the Bureau, and it's got two very simple rules. Rule 1, keep it below a certain temperature. Rule 2, don't ever open it. Oh, and 3, it's classified, so I shouldn't ask.
Sounds like secrets are standard operating procedure around here.
Oh, yeah. It's all part of the job.
What do you know about the service weapon?
Not much. That thing is director only. Salvador told me by the time he saw Trench use it. Sounds like that gun can do some serious damage. Yeah, I did see pictures of it once, though, and it looks different to that thing you're carrying. You modded or something? It's new.
Is new a good thing?
Given the circumstances, I'd say new is our best bet.
Do you know this Ahti guy?
Of course. He's my favorite coffee break buddy. Dude has got some crazy stories. He probably knows more than anyone else around here, if you can make sense of what he's saying.
Any idea where he's from?
I'm guessing Sweden.
He's from where he's from. Look, there are just some stones that are better left unturned, you know?
I should be going.
Right. You got a lockdown to lift.
Hey Simon, I got your message. Yeah, if someone in the sector is asking about IT, just tell him you handled it and leave it at that. Under no circumstances should any personnel interfere with his day-to-day routine. I told you everything I know about him, so you could better deal with odd habits. But yes, it's still very much a classified matter. Also, I saw your report on the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on next steps. Cheers, Lynn. P.S. In case you haven't noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. I know this isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it.
Get those pumps and converters online? She knows. She knows. I just...
it's fried up. You need to fix it before the whole plants inside the plant has a shit.
Home safe. The safe object of power can produce a barrier using objects or material from its immediate vicinity. Bureau Rangers are given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a polarization bound to this object in order to gauge the barrier's durability and velocity. Ammunition were tested with results. Testing will continue after the safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios. Allowing volunteers to participate in altered engagement will be an advantage worth considering.
Fix the pumps and water.
Next game is Wednesday at 8, usual spot. Hazard owes me $20. Arush still on a winning streak. Thomas suspended for a game because shady dealing incident. Guy, $60. Bought beer last time, so it's here's both turn. Humans.
my eyes open. We ain't out of the woods yet.
By trash, did Ahti mean barrels full of hazardous biological material?
Hey Bozer, get this. The accounting department still says they haven't received my expense reports. They say the receipts probably got lost in mail tubes because of a shift or a threshold or some such thing, and that if I don't have the originals, they can't verify my expenses for reimbursement. This is such bullcrap. Why do we even have to use these tubes if they just spit our mail out in another dimension? Just venting here before I file a formal complaint. Useless pieces of garbage.
breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ahti wants, then I'll get it done.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force, capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
I don't like that sound.
I think it's a great place to end it. Yeah. Until next time.